optimizing your Google business page, it's important to select the correct category, because even though we may be able to do thumb printing, and we may be able to oversee a wedding or field inspection or anything else like that, it's very important for us to like think about what is going to be our moneymaker, or where we're going to spend the bulk of our time. So the bulk of our time with marketing, the bulk of our time as far as demand is concerned, and things like that. So under the primary category on your Google business page, there are other categories that you could take advantage of and put like subcategories, if you will. And that's when you could list out other things that you will do in your notary business. So guys, if you guys are on YouTube or on Instagram, we're talking about optimizing our Google business pages to get the most out of our general notary work business. And if you like anything that you hear in here, just know that the Notary Mentorship is open for enrollment for the month of March. So this is like a try before you buy, since some people did request it. But we're on Zoom, and that's one of the things that you get with the Notary Mentorship. Zoom meetings and a group chat. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing, guys. So keywords. So understand that when you do start up your Google business page, you're not going to just be booming like right off the top just because you verified your Google business page. It takes like 45 to 60 days before you even rank in search. So when people are searching for notary near me, like if you just verified your Google account, you're going to be way down there. You're going to be pages down, and y'all know how we are. We do not advance to the third, fourth, and fifth page when looking for a business. We look at the first page and maybe the second page. So it's going to take like 45 to 60 days to rank in search, and you can help yourself rank in search by putting keywords in. And is everyone familiar with like the description portion of your Google business page?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where those keywords could go. So take note of some of the keywords that I have right here. So like if you want to take like a photo of it, if you want to write it down, or if you have the course, this is going to be uploaded in the course. So some keywords could be like safe deposit box witnessing, living trust, real estate, sellers, affidavits, traveling notary, quitclaim deeds, partial deeds, consent forms. You can have a ton of keywords, things that relate to your notary business. So when choosing your keywords, it's going to be really important to think about like how a person will search for what it is that they're needing. So let's say they work at a job and they want to get a hardship withdrawal from their 401k, but they need a portion of it notarized. Well, your keywords is going to like what will that person type in Google to find a notary? You know what I'm saying? Like, would they do something specific like 401k hardship notary? So you want to make sure that you hit as many keywords as possible so that you can basically match as many words that the consumer types in. So the next thing on the Google business page is the service area. So we want to think about like the cities that we're going to be conducting business in, and be very realistic when filling out your service area. Don't do like a 50-mile radius, because it's really not going to, one, help you ranking in search, and two, really have ideal clients. And I say that because as a mobile notary, the further we travel, chances are, if our state law permits, the more we're going to charge for that. So of course we like to get high dollar general notary work signings and things like that. But if you're traveling 2 hours round trip to take care of someone's paperwork, you know, they're not going to be so happy paying like a $200 fee for a 2-hour round trip. So does that make sense? So when thinking about your service area, we want to make sure it's cities that's relatively close to us. I'm all for earning a lot of money with general notary work, but I purposely position myself as not the most expensive notary. So essentially, I don't try to like get the most bang, squeeze like all that I can out of the client this one time that I see them. Rather, I try to talk to the client to find out like, where do they work, or how often do they need a notary, or do you mind referring me, or even getting a Google business review. So like having your service area very specific to where you could really like leave your house and go when someone needs you, then this is really important. You don't want it to be like a 40-mile trip one way to take care of somebody. Does that make sense? Y'all agree with me? Y'all have any questions about that?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Because, yeah, I mean, then too, that stresses us out too. And we don't want to be like running ragged all over the place for, you know, chasing dollars everywhere you go. You know what I mean? We want, like, if you're in this for at least a year, 2 years, 3 years, we want to develop some relationships that will have some sort of substance to them. You know, we want to get something out of it in the long term, not just necessarily right then like a wham bam thank you ma'am for lack of better terms. Okay, so then, okay, services. So there is a service tab under your Google business page where, again, you have an opportunity to stuff some keywords in. So you could do a Google search to see like exactly what type of forms need to be notarized, besides like just saying something like oaths and affirmations and jurats and things like that. We need to know exactly what some people are typing in so that, one, we could rank and search, and two, when they look at our services, they know that we are the right person for them. So this might be immigration forms, consent for international travel, alcohol license renewals, like gas stations and restaurants need this, DMV affidavit corrections, quitclaim deeds, petitions, tenant letters, court filings, all sorts of things. And I'm sure you guys could add 5 different services right here. So it, like, think about like a hairstylist. Like a hairstylist might offer haircuts, they might offer shampoos, they might offer deep conditionings, they might offer steams. All those things are different services. So every type of form that you could notarize, think about that as a different service that you could actually perform. So here's an opportunity too to add more services. So let's say you're okay with printing forms out to people, because sometimes people will say, oh, I have this thing that needs to be notarized and it was emailed to me. Can I send it to you and can you print it out? So think about what you're going to charge to print different documents out for that person. So printing services could be something else that you add here. And if you have like capitalized on any other way that you could use your notary commission, then this is a good opportunity for you to basically add those services too. If you have a business where you do business cards or something related to the notary, you know, something that could kind of go hand in hand, you could put those services there too. So it gives you the opportunity to potentially gain more clients. You know what I mean? You could catch more by like having a wide array of services, and you could literally have like pages after pages of different services that you offer. No one may not go through all those services, but again, it will help you rank and search. And ranking and search is not something that happens overnight. It's like typically 45 to 60 days. It took my Google business page about, I want to say 45, 50 days before I showed up on page 1 of, you know, when someone searches a notary near me. So, okay, so when, again, services, tailor your categories to the services that you have here. So once you list out all those services, remember in this slide, we talked about the category. So you have your primary category, and then there are categories. It doesn't say subcategories, but it's categories that you could add under your primary category. And that's going to basically help you actually like rank and search when people are looking. Because think about it, guys, when you have that you provide, let's say, copies for the public, some sort of printing service under services, and then if you actually put a printing category there, now it's there twice. So it's going to help you because those are keywords. Okay. So then the next thing is to actually choose hours that you truly are willing to work. So don't put 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unless you truly are willing to interrupt your sleep and jump out the bed, to jump in your car to notarize something for someone. You see what I mean? Now, if you want to do that, you're open until 11 p.m. If you're comfortable meeting people that late at night, then, you know, fine, do that. But make sure that you're prepared to answer your phone that late at night when someone calls. Don't be surprised when you get a call. So don't say 24 hours a day, be more specific. And this also will help you if you work a full-time job or even a part-time job. If you're specific in your hours, then what's going to happen is you're able to actually say, okay, I could work from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. However you want to put it. You can actually place your hours as accurately as possible, because this is going to help people minimize frustration with you. Like if they call you and you're not available until 6 o'clock, but on your Google business page, you say you're open 24 hours a day, knowing good and well that you have a job. So keeping things accurate as possible. And if things change, like if your work schedule change, or if you go part-time, or if you quit your job, could you mute yourself? I don't know who that is, but could you mute yourself? So if you go part-time, then make sure that you update your hours so that you could let your community know that you're now available for more expanded hours. There's another section that says add more hours. This section really relates to, hi everybody who has joined us on Facebook and Instagram. We're just going over things about the Google business page. So y'all are just getting like a backdoor view of what we're doing here. If you want to join the Notary Mentorship, then make sure that you go ahead and click the last link in my bio and sign up. It's $39 a month for the Notary Mentorship. So sorry guys. Okay, so back to it. The more hours, that really relates to like the restaurant industry. You'll see the options there are kind of like brunch or happy hour and things like that. So we don't need to put anything for more hours on our Google business page, but we do need holiday hours. If you, like me, I come from a banking background, and I know other people here do too. Like today, for instance, is, what is the holiday today, y'all? Is it, since I don't work at President's Day. I was thinking President's Day, but I was like, is that wrong? So yeah, for instance, today is a holiday. We didn't get any mail. So let's say our mail carriers need something notarized and the bank is closed. So who do they call? This is their day off. They don't necessarily want to take a day off or spend their lunch hour at the bank in line waiting for a notary, you know, just to find out that that notary is at lunch or whatever. Holiday hours are so important. So what I suggest that you do is start with the federal holidays, and we have 10 federal holidays, which is right here. So start with the federal holidays and go ahead and look up the dates that it happens. You know, some holidays are fixed and some holidays is like the third Thursday of November, which is Thanksgiving, right? So it's not always on the same fixed day. So look up the holidays for 2022 and add these holidays on your Google business page and indicate whether you're closed or if you're open. If your hours are the same as they always are, make that indication. If your hours are different, make that indication. But do understand that if you are providing a service during the holidays, then you could actually charge more for it. So let's say your base fee is $40. Then you could up that base fee. Let's say you say, okay, my holiday services are $50 or $60 is the base fee. It's your business. So you can make that determination as long as you're in compliance with your state laws. So with that being said, have clearly outlined what your holiday hours are and take it a step further. Put it on your phone. So like on my iPhone, I basically have like, let's say the 4th of July, and I block off those hours on my calendar, what I told the public that my hours are for that day. So like I could have filled out these hours in January, but here it is, we're sitting in July and I'm getting calls and I'm like, huh? It's the 4th of July, you know, because sometimes we could forget the things that we did in our business. So like having some sort of system where you're tracking it. So if you're a paper planner type person, if you plan on your phone, or if you don't plan at all, determine which way you're going to plan and actually put these hours somewhere so that you will get a reminder. So you're not surprised when you start getting calls. And then it'll help you to curate like specials if you want to do something like that too, which we'll get into a little bit later on. So let us advance just a little bit. And the next thing for your Google business page is your business description. And if I'm going too fast, y'all slow me down because y'all know how I am. Slow me down if I'm going too fast or if you have something to say. Let me pause so y'all can tell me.
No, you're not going too fast, but I did want to, oh, this is Patricia. I did want to bring up that it did take a while for me to see my page on Instagram. Like, I was literally so excited once I, went live. I was telling people, like, you can find me on Google. Well, that's what I meant, on Google, right? And so they would look me up and they're like, we don't see that. We don't see it.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
It did take a little bit of time once you go live on Google for you to actually like see your page, or other people, I guess, to see your page.
Right, exactly. So it's important to be able to, like what I did when I first set up my Google business page is I copied the link and I paste it in the notes in my phone. So when I'm out doing notary work, I could just send it to people via text and ask for a review instead of trying to go through 11 pages on Google trying to find myself. You know what I mean? So basically, like what Patricia is saying is very true, and you can help yourself out by doing different things that we're talking about in this slide. So guys in Instagram land and on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to shut the live off right now. So you guys got a little bit of a snippet. This live will be saved so you can see the complete replay if you're just getting on, but you got a little bit of a snippet of what it looks like when we are on our Zoom calls, and no 2 weeks are exactly alike. So this is just the week that we've designated to go over our Google business page. So I hope this helps you guys. See you later. Have a good night. Okay, and let's cut it off here.